Back to you guys.
Well, you guys just heard Andrew Roble speak about that funny hand. We've got a new table here, feature table. You guys have been asking me over and over and over again, who is that guy right across from the dealer? Do you guys know that is Tom Dwan? I think this is his first entry, potentially, into this main event. Registration is closed, so we will have a prize pool as well. There's a total of 63 total entries, 28 players remaining. Top 9 will make the money. First place is 19 million Hong Kong dollars. Ninth place, just about 2 million Hong Kong dollars. Patrick Antonius, seat 1, just took off most of his clothes. Rui Cao in seat 2, we saw him make some heroic play, got punished. Wai Kin Yong in seat 3. Small blind's not even at his seat. It's going to have to fold. I wonder who that is. Too many chips to care. We got Julian Thomas, Wai Leong Chan, Ivan Leo. I love Ivan Leo. That guy's an aggressive player. So registration is closed. Patrick Antonius. It's like Patrick Antonius has roughly starting stack right now. It's going to raise. Blind should be 6,000, 12,000. Makes it 27. Looks like Patrick Antonius made a mistake. He wanted to raise, but actually someone raised before him. He makes the call. So everyone's just making mistakes on the feature table right now. No one can make the right play. I want to see their whole cards. What kind of funny hand's going to happen this time? Tom Dwan, the first hand he's played for us on the feature table, is in the big blind. Ace, King, 7, 2 spades. And Tom Dwan's got bottom pair of about 22 big blinds remaining. Thomas, Queen, Jack of diamonds. Decides to continuation bet. This is a hand Patrick Antonius usually wouldn't call in position. Does he feel obligated to continue because he called here? Tricky spot. He's got a nut draw to the straight. Backdoor spade draw. He is going to make the call. Patrick trying to move Thomas off of the flop board. Tom Dwan actually has the best hand of bottom pair. I don't know if he can make this call. But Tom is a creative player. He's got a lot of intuition. He's got bottom pair. Is he really going to... An undergun player raises. He's going to call a pair of 7s. Tom Dwan has the best hand. I don't know how he knows this is the best hand, but this is insane. Turns 2 pair. Tom Dwan with the reads right now. Flush comes. Thomas doesn't have anything, but Antonius picks up a flush draw with his Queen 10. Tom Dwan thinking about leading here. I kind of like leading with his hand. It's so vulnerable. Just seems too... He doesn't want to let... There's a lot of bad cards from him. An ace or king will counterfeit him. A spade will be a card. He's just going to shovel in. I like this play. I don't know how Tom Dwan found a way to win this pot, but he did it. It's always a 7.
And better than what you expected, no?
Yeah, 2 last balls, just too hard. Yeah.
But I tell you, I played my A+ game yesterday against you.
First 2 balls, fine.
I played my A++++ game.
You can play first 2 balls next time.
Tom Dwan, I mean, Antonius, is he really thinking about calling here?
I'm not that good.
He's got a lot of outs, but it's only 27%.
Yeah, but I played way better than
Seems a bit loose.
I used to be.
Let's go.
The needle. This hand very fun.
Patrick, I think Dwan showed a card.
7-4 hearts.
4 or 5.
I think he showed a 4. So Tom Dwan has 31 big blinds now. Registration is closed. But there is the table chip count. Yashi Sun. 1 million chips is a new player in this tournament that you guys haven't seen yet. Ivan Leo is the short stack. Rui Cao's in second place. Tom Dwan's in fourth now. It's a great table. Yashi Sun is in 4 seat. Player you guys haven't seen yet. Wiley on Chan, you guys remember him? There was a interesting hand that just happened where Julian Thomas opened under the gun. Patrick Antonius thought he was raising, so had to call a raise of Queen 10 offsuit. Tom Dwan calls in a big one 7-4 offsuit. Comes Ace King 7 flush draw. Or Ace King 7, yeah, flush draw. Julian Thomas bets, Antonius calls, and Tom Dwan calls a bottom pair 4 kicker. And he had the best hand. Yeah.
Wow. Sick read by Dwan.
And Dwan turned 2 pair and then just shoved and won the pot. Ivan Leo's the short stack with pocket 10s. He's going to open.
But yeah, better player.
45,000. He's practically all in. Over to Julian Thomas in the big blind. Ace 7 of spades. Facing about 10 big blind effective stack.
A7 of hearts, almost as good as spades though.
Thomas lets his hand go. Ivan's going to chip up a little bit. The registration is closed.
30 for the flat, 28 players.
30.
What's 30, yeah.
So Yachi Sun is our table chip leader.
First prize.
No stranger to high stakes.
Not bad, huh?
He only plays the highest stakes possible. Doesn't play anything lower.
And wins at an almost hit. To win this tournament.
Patrick Antonius, short stacks. A lot of short stacks.
Tonya showing off those muscles today.
Yeah, more than half the field is gone. 9 players will make the money.
Evan, I went through.
Yashi Sun, 8-6 offsuit. Opening in the cutoff. Tom Dwan's not going to fold Jack 9 of spades. Tom Dwan 3-bets Jack 9 suited in position. I think you like this play a lot, right? 3-betting a goodish playable hand that's in position. Can never almost be wrong. Julian Thomas of Queen 10 offsuit. Maybe he's suspicious here. This would be a heroic play, but would it be correct if he can make the play?
He's gonna fold. Thomas likes to take his time before folding.
I'd love to see Thomas just prove you wrong right now and just make a 150K. It would be an amazing play. I don't think he's going to make the play either. So he passes.
Does let it go, and I especially like this 3-bet from Tom Dwan here if he knows how light Sun is opening from the cutoff.
Sun is going to fold his hand. And it's safe to say that Yashi's son is a aggressive player because he's raising 8-6 offsuit. He's got 1,000,000 chips. That's my read on it. So there's the prize pool being announced to you guys right now.
First place taking home 19,618,400.
Pocket aces for Sun. Hiya. Yeah, let's all say it together.
Yeah, it's disappointing to just get that through there after when you're such an aggressive player, you just open the 8-6
One
offsuit.
time lost. Classic short deck confrontation. Aces against 10 jack suited.
What's that? No?
Had aces, 10 jack suited, win.
So if you're wondering, first place is 19,618,400 Hong Kong dollars. It's 2.5 million USD.
Short deck classic.
It's a lot of money. And we'll work on getting the payouts to you guys shortly. Patience, please.
I hate the feature table.
No phone.
No phone at the feature table is correct. Chan's gonna open King 8 offsuit. All in play from Ivan Leo, King 9 offsuit. What a read. This is not a standard shove. It's gonna work. Ivan Leo still keeping up his aggressive image.
If I hustle you better last time with your full small, stable suffer, how much do you have bet with me?
Not much. If I don't know, I don't bet.
Wait, if I,
get disqualified.
wait, if you could like just
Never put in.
do something, I go there,
It's too weird, you know.
spin my rods.
It's too expensive, right?
It's too weird.
Then I think it's a game.
Maybe you get me for 12. Yeah,
Then I think it's a game of luck.
I know it's not a game of love. It's a thing, you know. You cannot get me.
Do your minimal amount of business.
It's like chess, you know.
This is fair.
It's way less luck
Give you
than
one
pool,
hand.
I think.
Wait, guys.
Yeah. So it's like you cannot get me for a lot unless I'm stupid, you know.
You are not stupid.
You're not
The
stupid.
moment I say it, I say, okay, there's a link in my the link in my sentence. You're gonna say something.
This is a 1 million Hong Kong dollar buy-in today.
Sarah kacang. Sarah 10-7.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Go away.
No more fish.
There are 29 players remaining of the 63 entrants in
The
this
last one
tournament.
is on, Triton.
How much lasts longer?
100k to 200k.
Why can't? What odds do I get on last longer? I'm fish.
Asking about last longer bets. A last longer bet basically means if you survive longer than the person you made the bet with, then you win the bet in the tournament. So you can make money even though you bust the tournament.
I just folded a hand I'm not supposed to fold. So I was just like tilted from not being able to arrange.
Chan with ace 10 of hearts. He's going to be raising it up.
Actually, it's pretty bad, I think.
Over to Patrick. Pocket queens and the button.
Should see him shove all in here. He doesn't have many chips left. Re-raising or calling would seem super suspicious. That isn't all in. Gonna re-raise. Kind of wish he just shoved all in, don't you?
Yeah, I would have just gone all in.
This might make some players just go, why are you making it so small when you can just shove? We'll see. It's a tough decision for Chan. They might not play with each other enough to know whether he can get a read out of this. He's gonna lay it down. You know, things could be differently potentially if he just shoved pre-flop. Hard to say, but I would interpret as more as weakness by shoving. I think against expert opponents, if you're trying to keep your sizings a bit consistent, otherwise you can be giving away a lot of information.
You took? I anti? Okay.
Follow us on social media at Triton Poker. Nine places will pay.
Nice.
Thomas likes his ace wheel suited. Raising ace 4 of hearts under the gun. Over to Leo, who we know is an active player. It's pretty tough for him to do anything here with only 18.5 big so.
Yeah, he really wanted to play, but he wisely folds.
Here's
given
a
his
hand
stack
that
size.
Patrick will want to play. He's going to come in for the call with Jack 10 of clubs. A 3-bet here from Sun out of the small blind up to 90K.
Yeah, Sun is an aggressive player. I don't know if Julian Thomas knows how Sun plays.
Yeah, and that's how he got all those chips.
But this is a very aggressive because Sun's 3-bet from the small blind against an under the gun open.
Yeah, and I think for that reason, Thomas is going to have to let this go.
But Sun is our new most aggressive player after we saw Xuan Tan play the other day. And gets a fold. Nice play from Sun. A player who does probably doesn't play too many tournaments, but definitely plays the highest stakes cash games out there. So Ivan Leo's gonna raise here with ace-3 offsuit. Doesn't really have that many chips. He's in early position. Rui Cao is gonna re-raise Ivan. Give him the bad news.
Rui Cao show.
On 3-bet.
The Rui Cao show.
Wins that pot.
Not you.
Play the rush.
是吧？
You
How much
recall
you
very,
think?
very tight.
How much you think the short deck tournament will get? 100 million plus, right?
Yeah, they're predicting the $1 million short deck event is going to get a ton of players.
So
Maybe 100 million. Yeah.
I think 100 million.
100
Structure is
million.
too fast in the,
Where
the
and
middle.
when?
In the middle, during the middle of the tournament, is too fast.
The middle rebuys?
Yeah.
Good.
It's like
Oh, I can't wait. I want to just. Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
how much? Okay.
Can't wait.
So Tom Dwan here, king queen suited, is gonna call in position. Rui Cao's raising queen deuce offsuit, super loose in the hijack. Chan in the big blind most likely gonna call. So Rui Cao bets small on the flop, and Tom Dwan's gonna call him just king queen high. There's no, just king queen high. Doesn't even have a backdoor flush draw. Love the way Tom Dwan plays, always trying to win pots. Knows his opponents very well. Turns a 5. Rui Cao now picks up an inside straight draw. These two players very familiar with each. He's going to bet again. He just has a queen high with deuce kicker. And he's going to get Tom Dwan to fold the best hand. This is high stakes poker at its best right now.
There's a dinner break after on the next break or no?
Probably.
In 1.5 hours.
I don't think so. I think it was only for the first
Is that mine?
first day because there is, welcome dinner.
Oh, so no dinner break, you think?
Maybe 15 minutes.
Wow.
No dinner break.
Sounds like a pretty short dinner break, 15 minutes.
I'm not sure because, yeah, short leg tournament, no. No dinner break.
Huh?
15 minutes dinner break.
Rui Cao raises up the queen 7 of hearts here. Aggressive open by Rui.
All in.
We see a lot of that. And here's Ivan Leo moving all in with pocket 6s from the big blinds.
I mean, Rui opened queen deuce offsuit earlier. So this is actually a fine open for him.
Yeah, that's like a premium hand for Rui Cao.
What's the biggest tournament you've won? Anything big?
That I won. I never won.
Really?
He never won a tournament.
That's a need or what?
You must have won small tournaments.
That's it. Huh?
You must have won some tournaments online or something, right?
Yeah,
The Big 11?
maybe.
The big 11.
109 rebuy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well, no.
like 20k US.
Yeah.
Rui Cao just confirming
It
he's
was
just
10 years ago then.
a cash game player.
109 River doesn't exist anymore, right? Since
Yeah, I mean-
5 years or so.
Yeah, more than that. 2007, 2008, something. Yeah, 10 years ago.
They used to be the toughest poker system. So it's a good one to win.
I think the scoop or whatever, Wookhoop was the good one to win.
Yeah, money-wise.
Final 2 tables and a final table of 9.
So we should have around 25 players, give or take 2 players remaining. Final 9 will make the money. Let's get back to the action. 10, 10, 10. Ivan Leo flops quads of queen 10 offsuit. And he is not the aggressor. He's going to get Rui Cao to put a little bit of chips here. Ivan with 12 big blinds, quad 10s. Patrick Antonius is in the big blind. Ivan calls. Quad 10s. I'd be super excited. He's got to contain it. Turns an ace, a great card for Rui Cao to try to bluff, but it would be a disaster because he would run into quad 10s. Jacks, I think Rui's a little bit suspicious. River's an 8. I don't know how Ivan gets paid here.
Only.
Shoves all in. Rui Cal is confused, but just gotta let this hand go. Unless he thinks Ivan's gonna float him with like king high or queen high. Be a very strange float because he'd be calling from the small blind.
Yeah, Rui asking for a count, but this obviously would be a very ambitious call.
186.
10?
186. It's a shake hand.
He makes the call, king high.
It's a shake hand.
Wow, it shows him quad tens. Rui Cal splashing around really hard. Just called him
156?
king high. Seems like he should be up against quads and ace a decent amount there. Makes a loose call of king high. Registration is closed. The buy-in is $1,000,000 Hong Kong dollars, about 127,000 USD. Over to Yashi's son. Ace-Jack offsuit is going to make the raise. We're playing down to the final table today. I'm not sure if we're playing down to 8 or 9, though. I'll try to get some confirmation on that.
Tom Duan was pained at folding his king-jack there.
Rui Cal calls in a big blind, out flops Yashi's son. Queen 9, gonna see him check, I assume. Check, check. Yashi's son turns a little straight draw. Checks around again, and now Rui Cal should be looking for a bet with Queen 9. But he actually checks, and he's gonna get Yashi's son to bet here of Ace-Jack high. I would love to just show down. I just think you win the pot too much. But he's gonna fire. I wonder if this is actually for value, but he's only betting 15,000. So he's betting practically one big blind. So I do like that he's not trying to bluff with Ace-Jack high, but he gets raised by Rui Cal. What a great play here. Makes the call.
Wow.
Rui Cal with maximum value. Queen 9 there on the river. I think the other people at the table are a little bit confused.
Yeah. Great read by Rui there, showing why he is one of the best in this game.
So we got a dealer change coming in and some chip counts. Yashi's son is the table chip leader of 1.1 million chips. Patrick Antonius only has 18 big blinds. Julian Thomas is a short stack as well, 23 big blinds. Tom Duan, everyone's favorite player, in the middle of the pack. Rui Cal splashing a bit, sitting on 60 big blinds right now. Two Malaysian players, Ivan Leo and Wai Leong Chan, in the middle. Now again, we are playing down to the final table. First place is going to take home 2.5 million USD. It's a lot of money. The min cash is going to be for 250,000 USD. 10th place will get $0. Okay, so I've been updated that we're going to end at level 17 no matter how many players are remaining.
Hari itu kan saya boleh main macam tu.
Look at this, Rui calling in the small blind with 7-3 offsuit. So I guess we're never going to see Rui fold his small blind if it's folded around to him. Choosing to lead the Ace-King 4 board, but Sun picks up bottom pair.
Tapi kalau sudah masuk slot macam itu, mati ni main boleh.
We're playing down to level 17. There's a chance we'll stop earlier if too many people bust. Rui Cao is just trying to win every single pot. Can't shake the pair of fours. Pair of fours makes a full house. And Rui Cao checks. Zero chance Yashi Sun checks this river in this blind versus blind battle. He's up against a king usually. So he's going to try to get some value.
55,000.
And he's going to take this pot. Patrick Antonius, ace-queen offsuit. He's got about 16 big blinds. Deciding whether he should raise or just shove all in. Both plays seem pretty good. He's gonna shove. Tom Dwan is gonna muck those cards.
It's a call. He folded a calling now. Clear call.
Such a pretty hand.
Pocket sixes.
Huh? 6-6.
Hopefully Patrick cashes this event, that way he can afford a shirt.
Thanks.
Well, he was wearing a
Powerful.
hoodie earlier today or yesterday.
Yeah, I think he had to fire another bullet and sell it.
So just a little teaser, guys. Rumor has it that we will be live streaming a cash game for you guys after today's event. That's what I've been told. I'll try to get more details for you guys. Probably your favorite players will be playing in it.
Yeah.
Don't say we didn't give you what you wanted to see.
Roughly? Yeah. 250.
Patrick Antonius, ace-queen suited. It's up to about 20 big blinds. Just raises this time. And Rui Cao pocket ace is going to re-raise. Trying to get it in with Patrick Antonius. Makes it 64,000. I think there's zero chance he folds this to Rui Cao. Rui Cao is such a splashy player. Just can't fold ace-queen suited to him. Yeah, he just snap goes on. He knows this is usually the best hand against Rui Cal, but Rui Cal's got pocket aces. And Patrick Antonius might be eliminated here. He's only got a 12% chance to win this pot.
Maybe flush. You have a royal
maybe
flush
straight.
draw.
Maybe flush, maybe straight, maybe queen, queen.
I wanted to fold somehow. Maybe straight, yeah.
Maybe straight. He's got his 0.03% chance to win this pot outright.
Yeah, Patrick Antonius always optimistic. Sees that flop and says maybe straight. And he gets eliminated by Rui Cal. Rui Cal almost at $1 million in chips here.
So Patrick, sorry guys, he's been eliminated. Seems like nothing was going his way this tournament. It's funny, there's actually 2 players not at their seats right now. Okay, Tom Dwan's coming back. Yashi's son is just relaxing, probably talking to people. .26 players remaining after the elimination of Patrick Antonius. 33% of these players are going to make the money. They will take home at least 250,000 US dollars. Actions on Ivan Leo. Let that go. Rui Cal, probably the most loose pre-flop player we've seen at featured tables so far. And Yashi's son's going to 3-bet him. 75,000. 6-4 hearts for Rui Cal. Yashi's son has 8-3 of clubs, 3-betting Rui Cal. Maybe Yashi's son is the most aggressive player at this table. I'm not too sure. These two are battling and Rui Cal folds his hand.
2次，2个子弹。
尊重买过吗？
一粒子弹。
一个家。厉害，打过冠军啊！你要是跟曹丽两个人玩的话，你也输给了他。他刚才还买了很多呢。
没事，那个我俩要不我早点掉了，要么就别人把他打掉了，我都碰不上他。
哇，这么厉害你！
Tom.
昨天赢多少？很多吧？小。
Rui Cal keeping up the aggression, raising Queen-9 offsuit under the gun.
But Yashi's son's been giving him some trouble. Some even more garbage hands.
Is it first card or last card? Here.
Over to
Last card of the table.
Ivan Leo and the big blind 9-6 offsuit. Probably gonna try and see a flop here.
Tournament. I need to change that. It's like too rigid.
Base 65,000.
Look at that 3-bet from Ivan Leo. With big lick there, he takes it down.
Yeah, Ivan's such an aggressive player.
Aggression paying off. He knows that Rui opens pretty wide pre-flop. Really enjoy watching both Ivan and Rui Cal play. They really mix it up.
Alright guys, scheduled for tomorrow's event. The main event final table will resume at 1 p.m. And the short stake ante only featuring 1 million Hong Kong buy-in with stake 8 at 4 p.m.
So we are confirming there will be a cash game later today. The stakes, I don't know exactly yet, but they will be big.
It's actually going to be the blind and ante structure similar to short deck, but they're playing long deck. So it's going to be 1K euro ante from every position, and then 2K euro big blind. It's a €1 million minimum buy-in cash game.
So what's the difference? So 1K, 2K, but they're playing anything else difference or no?
Yeah, everybody's in for 1K except the button is in for 2K.
And then how do the blinds work? Who acts first?
Give me
the left of the button.
Wow, so this is going to be like a funny game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're playing 52 cards.
They're playing full deck. Long deck.
Where did they just make up these games as they go? My God, that's actually going to be a super fun one.
$1 million minimum buy-in cash game taking place tonight, and some of the players who will be there are Jungle Man, Tom Duan, Phil Ivey, Patrick Antonius, Rui Cao, and Paul Foy. They are all confirmed.
If you play to win,
I always play to win, but I never win.
I'm saying if you.
So I do believe we're planning on streaming that for you guys.
Where other people are playing to make money.
Seems
you're
confirmed,
huge
so
to win if you're a decent player.
just make sure you don't go to sleep.
Big enough to.
No, you get to like, 3-4 handed, you just pick up all the chips. Oh, sorry.
So we're playing to level 17,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
or we'll get to
Still,
the final table, whatever happens first.
Right. It's
like
only that's
third
why
of
the
the first
bracelet bets were so good when I made those, because it was like first was irrelevant,
Yeah, when you made those, yeah, it's different.
But those it was so fun. Oh, so fun to be playing like a different game than everyone else,
So Ivan Leo's opening 8-4 with hearts. Checks over to Ivan. Doesn't have anything, but maybe can move some players off to the pot. I don't think he's going to shake Rui Cao. Rui Cao just has a pair of threes. Oh, actually folds. I'm surprised given how aggressive. Okay, hold on. Rui Cao folded the best hand. Yashi Sun calls with 6-3 high on 10-7-7 flush draw. Just putting Ivan on pure air. Just literally floating with one of the worst hands possible. But will likely win this pot. Yashi Sun is definitely the most aggressive player I've seen. I thought Ivan was aggressive, but man, this guy's taking it to a new level. River is a 5 of spades. Yashi Sun's gonna bet. Gonna bet pretty small, 50,000. Just trying to fold out anything that isn't a flush. Fold out some pairs occasionally. Wins that pot with 6-3 offsuit. Floated the flop. Out of position.
Crazy float there by Sun, continuing to turn on the aggression and continuing to add to his chip stack here as he's the chip leader at this table.
So there's roughly 25 players remaining right now.
Okay, so I've just gotten confirmation that actually the cash game tonight will be 1K, 2K blinds with a 2K ante coming in from the big blind.
So 1K, 2K, and a 2K ante.
1K, 2K with a 2K ante that's anteed by the big blind, yeah.
Okay, so and then there's gonna be a normal small blind and big blind.
Normal, small blind, and big blind.
Okay, so not some crazy game that you just made up.
Right, right.
Okay, thanks, Kane. You just got everyone super excited. Now they got to deal with that, 1K, 2K, 2K ante game. That's not big enough for the chat, you know.
Well, it is a €1 million minimum buy-in game.
Yeah, that's going to be a sick game regardless.
Check.
€1 million minimum buy-in. I don't really know how to find €1 million lying around. Maybe we can team up and try to get like one card a person. So the river is going to be 10. In this limp pot, no one wants a piece of it. Does Tom Dwan want to bet with Jack High? He's thinking about it, but he's going to check. And Yashi-san's going to win with Queen 6 offsuit.
They sure like so much, no? Got aces and got ace queen. Sounds like, likely.
So over to Ivan Leo, he folds. Rui Cal pocket aces again. He's going to make a raise, 27,000. Julian Thomas has been folding a lot lately. Picks up 5-4 offsuit. Don't think he's going to fold this. He's going to try and see what happens. It's a great price with his stack. So he is going to call. And he flops bottom pair. This is a disaster for Thomas. A 5 wouldn't even improve him against Rui's hand. Like to see Rui bet here. He doesn't need to bet too big because his opponent has 200K. Like to see him bet about 25K. He bets 18K. Seems pretty reasonable. Julian Thomas going to check call here. If he's been paying attention, he should realize that Rui Cal is super splashy.
No fish. No. No. Good.
Tom Dwan speaking Chinese is...
No recall. Good. Good. 钱多多，短码，短码好good。
Tom Dwan, a man of many talents, he clearly has been spending a lot of time in Asia.
Get me in trouble.
Alright, so Julian Thomas, I think he check called the flop. Seems like a lot of chips in here. Did he check raise the flop? I didn't quite see. Was busy listening to Tom Dwan speaking Chinese. Got distracted. I think he did check raise the flop. That's a turn 45,000.
One or two more in the 5.
He's got 100K behind. Rui Cal pocket aces.
You have chips?
I think Rui Cal shoves all in.
Sound like a queen.
How much is it?
Puts Thomas all in for his last 100K. About 9 big blinds remaining. Julian Thomas, the way he played his hand, seems quite committed.
Flush draw?
Huh? No.
Queen?
No.
Queen.
Queen, flush draw.
Open-ended?
No?
Open-ended. Man, no one can really put him on a...
You think you're ahead?
Pair?
I have a pair, yeah. You think you're ahead?
8-8.
Why would I go
3,
orange?
2, 1.
Yeah, I know.
Julian Thomas.
If you do what you're supposed to do, then I have to call, but I'm not sure.
Julian Thomas with a pair of fours. If he makes his call and is wrong, he's only got 5% to stay in his
I know
tournament.
I cannot fold, basically, but...
He's trying to deviate from what he thinks is optimal play right now.
I don't know if you jam like ace-jack or ace-king or something. Maybe you do.
Julian Thomas in a tough spot. I mean, he put himself in a situation given the way he played the hand. He's put half his stack in already. He's in the tank.
You should count. 3, 2.
Another time bank chip has
I
been
don't
used.
think I can fold. I just scanned them. I know.
Oh, it's automatic if someone goes. Oh, that's good. Ah. That's better than like the dead hand.
Julian Thomas just has a pair of fours.
You have ace-jack?
I don't think I can answer.
Registration is closed, so if Julian Thomas makes this call and is wrong, he won't be able to
You
re-enter.
put me on a different hand, so you don't have the hands I want you to have. So I might hero fold, but there's just so much money in the pot.
He's only got one time bank remaining.
366.
Sick.
366.
Last time bank is being used right now, so he's got 1 more minute to make his decision.
Yeah, that's the last one, right?
Yeah.
So what?
I mean, at least
I think that Thomas against a player other than Rui probably would have ditched his hand by now.
Yeah. He's put in half his stack here. I think he
have
check
to
raised the
call it
flop. I didn't see, but he bet the turn. Seems like such a weird way to play your
Just have
hand.
to have king jack or something one time.
He makes the call. He's up against pocket aces.
Okay, aces, I have outs.
So he's got 2 outs. Makes the call.
How can you have aces 2 times?
His recow factor. You can't fold to recow. Don't still fail.
And river's a 7, so Julian Thomas is out of here. He will not make the money. I mean, he didn't really have anything going for him today. It's unfortunate. But, you know, there's still cash games and short deck if he's interested in playing that.
Do these people not realize the Mr. Recow?
Julian Thomas is no more. Now we
I'm on
are
TV.
seated by a new
I
player at this table,
play tight.
Dominic Nietzsche.
High metric. Aces, aces.
And Steve O'Dwyer is moving here too. Steve O'Dwyer has a ton of chips. If you guys don't remember, he got second place
Last one.
in event number 2 to 250,000 Hong Kong buy-in. He lost to Richard Young in heads up. Almost took away that tournament.
Much better than shorter.
Oh, yeah.
Doing very well.
Well, it's funny. Even though I'm at a table where everyone speaks English, basically, I'm so used to playing poker and saying things in Chinese. I just like instinctively said "doi doi doi."
You guys don't know, Dway means yes.
I think when tired too. That's what it is. If I'm tired at a
Chinese.
table, it
I
must be
remember
in
you-
China.
was talking in Chinese in a game to like American guy, like, what are you doing? To game or something.
I just went on this hiking retreat thing in Spain, and I had one time I was tired, and I know like a little bit of Spanish, not a bunch, but a little more than Chinese. And I had one time I was tired, and I started saying Chinese words to somebody that only spoke Spanish.
Tom one of his stories.
I'm really not very good at language.
You speak Spanish a bit?
A little more than I speak Chinese. Not much. I'm like a conversational if I'm not quite, I can get the point across a little more.
Most common second language you learn in US, right?
I think Spanish, yeah.
French?
I
think it's right up there with Spanish.
Right?
I think they're close.
5% of the guys learn French.
I said tapi.
Tapi, yeah.
That's all I know pretty much.
No, allez papa, you know this one?
Ale papa.
What's tapi? French?
French, yeah. They like to cheer like this.
So Yashi's son is going to open the pot.
Come on, daddy. Or something.
27,000.
Allez papa. Il est là.
It has been so long since I played some 22 big blind deep, no limit hold'em.
Excited?
No.
But when you're deep in tournament, it's still fun. I like it. When it's fun.
Yeah, I got
Every time I'm deep in a tournament, like
23, I guess.
it's fun. I'm usually deep like before the bubble, and after the bubble, I don't know. Just bust.
Someone calls you because the bubbles popped, so they say, oh,
No more bubble.
you can call this one. And you're like, oh, they wouldn't think I'd bluff now. Oh, Wycan will fold this time for sure.
So Ivan Leo versus Yashi's son. He's going to bet
Playing like,
open-ended straight draw.
WSOP
5-4 offsuit
event.
cutoff is such a loose open.
And, I usually not
He's
too
been
much.
chipping up
I'm
ever
not,
since he
like,
got to
scared
this
when I
table.
bluff, when all in on the river like super deep.
Ivan Leo's going to check raise middle pair right now.
Like really straight.
Two very aggressive players going at it.
Of the main event.
Yeah.
And
That's
Son
pretty
makes
hard
the
to do.
call.
I've been a poker player
So he's
for
looking for a deuce or a
10
7.
years that I could have.
Yeah,
I didn't play like 2
I
or
don't
3
think you'll
years.
play
Turn
right
is an 8, so gives
No, I did
Ivan
some
more
years.
outs.
Some years I was like trying as hard as I could and stuff.
Although he does have the best
Never
hand.
made day 3.
Looking
2 years
for
ago, no,
a
last
heart
year,
now.
2 years ago. Number 15 in chip.
I
After
think
day
Ivan's
one.
going to keep betting.
Day 1.
Yeah, but I busted 2 hours into this. 2 hours. I like triple the second one on my table. I just blasted it.
I remember one year I had a bunch of people book me for like, 1 to 5% of me in the main event. And I
Ivan
paid times
bets
3. I think I had, like,
107,000,
200
slightly
settlements
under
or something almost.
half the
Well,
pot.
160 or something.
I think
I was
Yashi's son
fighting so hard,
might
plus, like,
want to
8 hours
continue
in.
here. He's got position. Probably feels like with
Every
his
other
straight
tournament, I
draw,
didn't care that much, but that one I
feels
always-
obligated to make a call, so he is going to do that. Looking for a deuce or a 7.
I've somehow never had a close friend make the final table.
River's a queen. Both players
You never had what?
not
Never had a close friend
improving.
make the final table in the main event. I just always wanted that sled.
I feel like Ivan needs to bet here to not get bluffed off of his
I ran
hand.
really bad. Everyone I had
'Cause I think if he
pieces of, like,
checks,
day
Yashi's
whatever,
son's
the
gonna
last 2 days before the final
Bet
table.
huge and probably make Ivan
Like-
fold a middle pair. So I think from Ivan's point of view, he thinks he's bluffing.
Over the years, 20 different people that 10 or
He
20%
checks.
final table.
Yashi's son
One
now.
person that did.
He's going to fire.
Maybe more than 20.
The closest split for me was
Actually, not that big.
kind of like
93,000 into 360. So he's getting a very good price. If he bet bigger, Ivan most definitely would fold. Ivan still might fold here. It's a very, very tough spot with 4th pair. I don't know how these guys have so many chips in here right now.
Short deck tournaments. Imagine,
This is
how
some
people
great
run
poker.
good in regular tournaments. Short deck tournaments.
Yeah. fucking insane.
Ivan, he's on the shot clock too.
Like, at least the people who run good in regular tournaments kind of
Needs
need
to
be
decide if he
favorites
wants to
in
make the
field.
call. I
Sure,
think
big
he is going to make
tournaments,
the
you can
call.
just hold over everyone
Which is a
as,
pair of
like, the biggest
sixes?
dog in the field.
No, his time bank is going to be started over, so he's going to use a time bank chip. I believe verbal helps during shot clock, and he does make the call. Just a pair of sixes. And Yashi's son just mucks the 5 high. Ivan doesn't need to show his pair of sixes, but it's good. How do they play such big pots? So Ivan's so good. Such an aggressive player. Takes down another aggressive player. I love the dynamic of the shot clock tournament. It just makes people make more mistakes, or just needs to go with their instincts. Speeds up the action. I really just don't see any downside to not having a shot clock. Chip leader at our table is Steve O'Dwyer. 1.3 million. Tom Dwan is his table short stack of 17 big blinds. Would love to see him chip up because it's very entertaining the way he plays and what he's talking about. Dominic Nietzsche is a short stack as well, and Wai Leong Chan. Ivan playing great poker. Flopped him quads of Queen 10 earlier and made a great call down against Yashi's son. Just made a pair and held on. So Dominic Nietzsche has got about 22 big blinds right now. $35,000. There have been some crazy pots. We just saw Ivan and Yachi's son go at it, calling them down a 4th pair. A huge pot, so Ivan chips up. Wai Leong Chan, ace-5 of diamonds, thinking about playing this pot. It's a good hand, but it's a little bit marginal. I think he's a little bit undecided, but he's going to fold. Ivan Leo, king, queen of clubs. There's 0 chance this man will fold this hand. He's going to re-raise. I like this play. It's super aggressive. It's going to take it down. Ivan makes it 95,000. And Dominic Nietzsche is going to have to let go of his hand. Patrick Antonius is already eliminated from the tournament earlier. Ace-Queen suited versus pocket aces of Rui Cao. And Dominic's going to fold his hand. Lines are 8,000, 16,000. We're going to play down to the final table or 17 levels. We're currently on level 13. Dominic's in 6th of 7th place. So again, guys, a €1 million buy-in cash game. So that's even more than 1 million USD. 1K, 2K blinds will be streamed. There will be a 2,000 ante from the big blind.
And Randy, I'm excited to confirm that I am on the list for the game, and I'm scheduled to come in at 2 a.m.
It's cool. Are you like going to play for sure, or like someone will get up for you, or is it?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm on the list, so we'll see what the lineup looks like, and you know, if I'm feeling good about the game, then I'll be coming in. I don't know about that other ante-structure, if I would have been able to compete with that, but with a more traditional 1K, 2K with an ante, you know, that's more my bread and butter.
Kane, I would love for you to play. I'm sure everyone in the chat would love for you to play so we can root you on. Make it happen. And of course, win some chips.
So both players now with ace-8. Chan, though, the aggressor.
Chan takes that pot down. On to the next hand, guys.
Tom Dwan moving all in here. Steve O'Dwyer has a calling hand. He does call.
Wrong game.
Dwyer sporting a new scarf today. Lucky blue one.
You guys better root for Tom Dwan right now because he's all in at risk. He's only got 26% chance to win here. Needs to hit a 10.
Do you know if re-entry's still open, Randy?
Re-entry is closed.
Uh-oh.
So this will be the last time you get to see Tom Dwan if he doesn't hit a 10. At least in this tournament. Jack, Jack, 5, Rainbow. Not looking good. 15% now. Turn is a 4 clubs. 7% remaining for Tom Dwan. Tom Dwan's been eliminated. Ayah.
Everybody said they wanted to see Tom Dwan on the stream today. It was short-lived, but Tom Dwan has been eliminated. But if you stay tuned, you will see Tom playing the big cash game tonight. For the time being, O'Dwyer wins his chips. Steve O'Dwyer we saw at the final table of event number 2 of the series. He ended up taking second place in that event to Richard Yong.
I wouldn't be surprised that Steve O'Dwyer is actually the chip leader of the tournament with 1.6 million chips right now.
Over 100 big blinds, and O'Dwyer just seems like he consistently runs up big stacks in these live main events.
.23 players remaining right now. For the Chan, 7, 8 of clubs, gonna open this one up.
Ivan Leo with pocket 5s. In the hijack here, Leo, pretty loose, aggressive player. Don't think we'll see him fold the 5s.
Gonna 3-bet it. 77,000. Ivan's playing very aggressively.
Very small 3-bet. Look at that, a raise to 35, a 3-bet to 77.
And Dominic Nietzsche opens up pocket queens. This is the dream scenario when we have less than 20 big blinds. Love to see some action ahead of you. A new player is coming in.
Just by a hair.
Dominic is gonna shove these pocket queens. I wonder if Ivan's gonna make the call. Might be priced in here, actually, given he 3-bet Chan. Bryn Kenny will be sitting back down here.
How much? Just around 300, I think.
Ivan's getting a count. And how can... Once you 3-bet this hand, man, it's... You're getting insane odds, but then again, usually you are up against a big pair. If you knew your opponent had ace-king, you would easily call here.
Right. I mean,
Doesn't know
Leo
this.
only requires 33.5% equity to call. It's actually a pretty tough spot
It's a
here.
close spot.
What do you think the worst hand Dominique Nietzsche shoves here is? Do you think he'd shove 10s?
I think he shoves 10s.
9s?
I think he shoves 9s.
8s?
Sometimes. 8s I think is the maybe I wouldn't be too sure about that. And he does fold, so nice fold from Ivan. Gets away. His smaller 3-bet actually saved him some chips there. I think Dominic's probably a little bit surprised he didn't get more action with queens, but he's got to still like that pot. He won a lot of chips.
Okay. Forgot you had it.
Yeah, it was a close spot, but if Nietzsche was shoving a range of pocket 9s plus, ace-queen offsuit plus, ace-jack suited plus, and king-queen suited, then Leo actually should have made the call there. He would have had 37% equity against that range. And look, one of your favorites back at the table.
Yeah, I love Bryn Kenny, but he's lost a lot of his chips. Ever since, it must have been a disaster ever since he made that accidental play.
Like 750K pots, like 70-30 favorite. Oh shit. One bad bluff. And then one sick hand actually on this table. Guy's taking and he throws in the time chip on the river, and I think it's a call, and I say my hand, and then he raises all in. Because like it's too close anyway to like this. It needs to be something like this, like a card.
Also, they're going to try to change it to the
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I got hosed hard.
So I should try that on me next time.
Yeah. yeah. If they, no, they'll change it for tomorrow apparently. And now I'm looking.
Yeah, it's close, you know.
And it's like, it sucks too because like I thought he called, so I just say like fast, but I have to try to be nice. It's like, oh shit.
Alright, attention tournament players. To give way to the cash game, we will stop at the end of level 17 or final table of 9, whichever comes first.
Wait, what? The end of 17 or 9 left?
Okay, so playing, I'm not sure if it said playing level 17 or playing to level 17 or 9 players remaining, whatever comes first, guys. And then later, the $1 million cash game featuring your favorite players.
Very close.
That one,
All depends
I'm
if
like
someone's rampaging
too
the
excited
tournament
right
or
now.
not.
And I will be giving you guys commentary. So, Bryn Kenny here in the small blind. I think he's shoving. Oh no, it's raising. It's about 107,000 right now. Yeah, just gonna take this pot down. he is re-raising. Excuse me. I don't have any graphics.
Is it going to be a dinner break? Dinner break? So you're going to be able to tell?
How long?
I like that. No? It's nice. Yeah. Food's been really good.
All right, so next hand here. Rui Cow
So it's a friendly game. Give him the cards.
is going to open this pot up.
A big blind does it.
32,000. I think the big blind is 16K right now. Might be a little bit of graphic problems right now. I'll let them know so we can fix that.
Who do you think is more aggressive, Ivan Leo or Sun?
Sun is more aggressive. There's no questions asked. But Ivan Leo is very aggressive.
This is such a fun table.
Yeah. Like,
this has to be the most fun table to commentate in the tournament right now.
mm-hmm.
Rui Cow, Sun, Ivan Leo.
Sometimes you get players who play in 100K buy-in. They play very tight because it's just a lot of money on the line. They kind of want to play a lot safer. Not these guys. These guys are like pot, floating with 6-3 high, you know, calling check raises, check raising mid pair, just doing all sorts of funny stuff. Rui Cow checks the flop. He's going to start betting for value against Yashi Sun. He's got pocket eights. Tom Dwan has been eliminated. Look at this. Yashi Sun is raising the turn with pocket eights. 105,000.
You gotta love the way this guy plays.
This guy always tries to win a pot.
And in general, you don't see, when you see aggressive players, normally it's like level 1 aggression. With Sun, it's more like when his opponent bets, then he really tries to.
And that's the most pressure you can put on your opponent. So Rui Cow Rivers a straight, but he's got to be scared that Sun has an ace here. Sun can easily have like an ace X of hearts hand, so it wouldn't be unreasonable. But Rui Cow is actually going to bet out on the river. I think it's a bit of a value blocker bet. Because most people, when you lead out into them, they aren't going to try and bluff raise you, right? Like, it seems like you have an ace a lot.
Yeah, I think what's going on here is Rui just thinks that Sun was pretty strong on the turn. Maybe that he had a set.
Or like two pair.
Right, a hand like that. And he's just trying to get some thin value on the river. But the problem with leading a hand like that is exactly what happened here is you prevent your opponent from bluffing. I think if Rui had checked, we would have seen Sun put out some chips, and Rui would have made some more chips in that pot.
Yeah, he might have won like an extra 120K.
Maybe even more.
So this is day 2 of the Million Hong Kong buy-in event right now. Live from the Maestro Resort and Casino in Montenegro. Take a look at those prizes very quickly. Let me just tell you what the payouts are. Oh, there we go. 19 million Hong Kong dollars for the champion. About 2.5 million USD. Second place will take home 1.68 million USD. Ninth place, the min cash, about 250,000 USD. 10th place will get $0. About half of these players will make the money.
Over to Bryn Kenny, 7-8 offsuit in the cutoff. You'd see a lot of players fold this hand, not Bryn.
I mean, I saw Bryn raise 10-8 offsuit earlier, so I think like anything from 8 randomly gets raised. But look at it. He's. Well, I was going to say both of these blinds are going to fold, not Ivan. Ivan's got 6-4 hearts. That's good enough to see the flop.
Yeah, 6-4 hearts has Ivan Leo. That's one of his favorite hands right there. We've seen him defend hands like that out of the small blind for the past 2 days. These two players going for a flop. Kenny does not expect to be ahead pre-flop here when the small blind calls, but he is. But Leo outflops him.
Quick check. Check. Ivan with bottom pair here. Just trying to decide if he should bet or check. I think he's a little bit lost in the hand.
I'd like to see Ivan Leo check the turn.
He's going to bet. Can't really fault him.
Now Bryn Kenny picks up a gut shot on the turn. You may see some people fold this hand. Bryn will not be folding. Especially not for 40% pot. Actually, very few players would fold for 40% pot.
Definitely not an easy call to make, though. If he calls here, he needs to be looking to bet if it checks to him, almost always, if he misses. So he is going to make the call. He thinks that he can hit a 6. He also thinks that sometimes a 7-8 is good, as well as being able to bluff when checked to. So river's a 3. He does not connect with his hand. But if Ivan doesn't bet, Kenny will usually win this pot. So Ivan does check, and Kenny just needs to fire about around half the pot. Most of the time, your opponent will continue betting with a queen, so you don't need to worry about folding out a queen. Just try to fold out some random cards. Can bring Kenny's point of view. I just would never worry about a queen. So he is going to fire. Looks like about slightly above half the pot, 115,000. I like this. Doesn't need to bet too much more than this.
Now back over to Ivan here. I think that calling is the worst of his options. If I continued in this hand, I'd want to go all in.
Yeah, calling just seems so ambitious. You don't even beat 6-7. He probably doesn't expect 7-8 to call him too much on the turn. Probably doesn't. So what do you beat? I guess you beat King Jack, Jack 9 that didn't bet the flop. So that's the thing. Some of these combinations that you do beat actually probably don't. He makes the call.
Wow, what a call by Ivan Leo.
How is this guy making all these sick calls?
Bryn Kenny cannot believe it.
I don't know if he had to show the pair of 4s, but oh my god. Ivan Leo is an amazing player. Earlier, he check raised mid pair, came 2 overcards,
Nice time.
bet the turn, and check called the river against 5 high and won the pot as well. It was King 6 on 10, 6, 4, like Queen, something ridiculous. 8. Look, you may not make all the plays Ivan makes, but he knows how to play his image. He knows how to chip up in such strange spots. I think it's safe to say that Ivan knows how to play these spots better than me, because I don't really get myself involved in these situations too often. But he's able to make these plays, and excellent player. I mean, he was like, I don't need to shove though. I'm just going to make the hero call and make this guy feel silly. So Yashi's son with pocket 8s makes the call. So going back to that last hand, I guess if your opponent's not folding a bottom pair, you actually should fold the 8-7 high, right? Because then your bluffs never work, technically.
Right, yeah.
So we're going to have a 4-way flop, no, a 5-way flop, I think. Rui Cal's going to come along, too. Base 4.
Man, this is a really tempting spot to 3-bet with the ace-4.
It is tempting, but if he does squeeze, you got to make it huge. And imagine Dominic shoves his 20 big blinds, you're pricing the call. So I think that's why I decided to just see a flop. And here we go. 7-5 deuce rainbow. Yashi's son.
Here's part of the problem with just calling pre-flop with ace-4. Normally, if this is 2 or 3-way, you can float out of position with ace-4 on a board like this. Not when it's 5-way, though.
Well, Dwyer's flopped 2 pair. Yashi's son's got an overpair. Nietzsche's got middle pair. Rui Cal has an inside straight draw. Only Ivan Leo has completely whiffed. I think Yashi's son's going to stack off against... Well, not really stack off. I guess he got 800K against 1.6 million. He's going to bet. He's got to think he's got the best hand usually.
Should be cut in body. When I that race, oh, it's so boring.
So Steve Dwyer just calls with top 2 pair. Nietzsche folds. Going to a turn. Well, we'll fix the audio for you guys. Don't worry. I'm letting them know right now. We are on a 30-minute delay. The turn is a king. Steve Dwyer should be looking to check this turn. Oh, he's leading? Seems interesting that he would check call lead on the king. But he is going to do it. I guess he doesn't want to go check through. It's a big bet, 190,000.
Yeah, I think if this pot had been heads up between Sun and O'Dwyer, then Sun has a whole lot more air in his range. But what O'Dwyer's thinking is that when Sun bets into so many players on the flop, it's very likely that Sun has something strong, and he's going to continue on the turn.
Can Yashi's son figure this out and fold the pocket eights? We know he likes to make plays.
I quite like this play by O'Dwyer here.
So Yashi's son, pocket eights. He actually does beat a lot of hands that might play this way as well, like, you know, 6-8 of diamonds, 8-9 of diamonds. So I wouldn't fault him for calling here. It's a very tough spot in a shot clock tournament.
1 minute. 1 minute. I thought it was older timer. Never mind.
He's gonna. Is he gonna raise? Yashi's son's got a lot of chips. This would be the wrong time to make a move. He's gonna call? Okay, wow. It literally looked like he raised there, didn't it? That was scary.
Call there. Very nice lead by O'Dwyer.
Okay, I don't fault his call though. I mean, he does beat a lot of hands. So let's see that river card. It's a 4 of diamonds. Actually a little bit scary for Dwyer because Sun can easily have like ace-5 of diamond type hand. You know, 8-9 of diamonds.
Yeah, if I'm Steve O'Dwyer, I'm still going for value here.
Well, my opponent only has 538,000 into a 720,000 chip pot. So yes, I wouldn't be worried that my opponent hit a flush because I'm usually paying off anyways. I don't like checking. I would just bet here myself.
I'd go small.
I don't expect my opponent to really have any bluffs. Even 6-8 got there. So he does shove all in. Steve O'Dwyer. The tricky part is, with the shove, is that you're not really representing any bluffs. Because usually when you check call lead this king of diamond turn, you're perceived to have backdoor diamonds, right? But the backdoor diamonds got there.
Otherwise,
What would he be bluffing with here? It'd be an insane bluff, right?
Yeah, it would need to be a hand like 8-9, but even then, does he peel it on that flop?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Very easy fold.
That's why if I'm O'Dwyer, I'm actually betting really small on the river just because it's so unlikely I'm bluffing. When you're choosing your bet size, specifically on the river, one of the main things you want to consider is how often am I bluffing and how often am I value betting in this spot. The more often you're bluffing, the bigger you need to make it, and that's actually when we see players overbet the river when they want to be able to bluff with a lot of different hands. And we see players in spots where it's very difficult to think of any bluffs they could possibly have. Those are the times when you want to bet 1/4, 1/5 pot on the river. Of course, the other consideration that should go into your bet sizing on the river is your range relative to your opponents. When you are uncapped on the river, you should actually be betting larger. And that's another good time to overbet, when you're uncapped and your opponent has a capped range. And as we can see, Steve O'Dwyer just running over this table. He's up to over 2 million chips.
He might possibly be the first player to hit 2 million chips. Very well done.
Bryn Kenny is the short stack at this table with only 16 big blinds, and Bryn does not like to play short stack. He much prefers deeper stack poker. He has a lot of experience in deep stack online cash games.
I do want to point out one little small thing in that last hand. It's a very easy fold for Yashi-san, also because he's holding 2 8s, and he blocks the bluffs, right, like the 8-9 type hands. So then it makes it even easier to fold because his opponent is so unlikely to have an 8.
That's a good point. Bryn Kenny now, ace, queen of hearts. 16 big blinds. Are we going to see him min raise or are we going to see him shove?
He's all in.
He does go all in. It's interesting how different players have a different perspective on what to do there. It seems like a spot that should be pretty much solved, but there's not agreement on it.
I like shoving with ace-queen suited. I also like shoving with pocket aces right now. So Leong Chan is going to potentially eliminate Bryn Kenny right now. Bryn Kenny, this is exactly how Patrick Antonius busted. Ace-queen suited to pocket aces. He's only got 13% chance to win this pot. Actually, maybe 12%.
And Bryn Kenny cannot believe how this tournament has turned around for him. At one point, he had about 1.2 million in chips, and now he has only 12% to stay in the tournament.
So he is drawing very slim 3%. Bryn Kenny turns a 4, and Bryn Kenny is eliminated from this tournament. Leong Chan picks up aces and now has 632,000. I mean, Bryn Kenny played very well, just I don't know what happened. He just lost all of his chips all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was playing very well. He did make one sizable mistake when he was in a pot against Andrew Roble, and he prematurely announced his hand. Roble had thrown out a time chip. Kenny thought he made a call, and if you were tuning into the stream, you heard Bryn Kenny announce his hand, and then when Roble went all in, Kenny thought Roble was trying to make a play at him.
I don't know how much it was.
And you had ace queen too?
No.
The re-entry is closed, so that's the last we'll see of Kenny in this tournament. Do you think we'll see Kenny in the final event of the series, the $1 million Hong Kong buy-in short deck event?
I'm leaning towards no because I feel like he doesn't know how to play short deck.
Well, that didn't stop some of the players from entering the first one.
Yeah, that is true. I think if he knew how to play, he would most certainly play. My read is he doesn't know, but I wouldn't be surprised he knows how to play as well. So fold it over to Ivan Leo. He's playing some sick hands right now, and he raises up with ace-3 suited, 40,000. And if you think this action's good, imagine the cash game coming up. Like, this is some good tournament poker right now. Dominic Nietzsche, pocket nines. I think he just needs to shove all in. There's no point in re-raising small to induce action.
Yeah, 22.5 bigs here.
I'm sure he's gonna shove. Yep. Yeah, Shi-Sun's probably a bit disappointed he doesn't get to see a flop of King Queen and he just instantly fold. Action on Steve O'Dwyer. King 9 offsuit in the hijack. He's going to raise this up. He's got 2 million chips. So Leong Chan actually just calls the big blind with pocket jacks. A little bit passive. Lets his opponent outflop him. He would have folded to a 3-bet. Leong Chan pocket jacks, I personally would call here on the flop.
Yeah, he's going to be calling here.
I think a player like O'Dwyer is going to c-bet pretty wide here. So you need to call one if you're going to slow play your hand here. Especially against a guy with 2 million chips.
Well, he does call, and that's music to O'Dwyer's ears as O'Dwyer flopped bottom 2 pair here. Checked over to O'Dwyer, and he's going to continue to fire here on this turn. I can't imagine we're going to see Chan put in any more chips. Is 115,000, gets a quick fold. O'Dwyer continuing to add to his chip lead on this table here. Up to 2.1 million chips. Steve O'Dwyer, the Irish pro, took second place in the 250,000 Hong Kong dollar buy-in 6-max no-limit hold'em event. We brought you that commentary of the final table 2 days ago. Dwyer ended up taking second place to Richard Yong, who's one of the people who runs the Triton Poker Series.
35.
Rui Cao opens ace-4 of hearts.
And this is on the upper side of Rui Cao's opening range from the hijack.
Ivan's not going to fold his big blind 10-8 offsuit.
35?
No way, Jose.
So Ivan whips the flop, and Rui Cao pairs his 4 of ace kicker. Check, check.
Oh, quick check back from Rui. I'd expect a lot of players to bet small on this flop.
Turn 6. I think Ivan should bet here, even though it probably won't work.
Yeah, he's going to lead the turn.
It's going to get a lot of better hands to fold, like King Queen, King Jack.
It's a small bet. If I were Ivan, I would have gone a little bigger.
Or wasn't going to shake the 4 anyways. The river's a king, so if Ivan wants to win this pot, he needs to fire one more time. But I think he checks, and Rui's probably going to check it back.
So Rui's check back on the flop worked out for him. Takes this pot off of Ivan Leo.
$1.27 million chips. Doing very well. Starting stack was 250,000. We have 63 total entries today.
You guys know how many players? Instead of entries, how many players do it in this tournament?
Wow, and a walk. That's a rare sight at this table.
Less than 40. Under. Assume the average is 2 bullets. keep it in there for 3 or 4. Of course, it's 5. Sure. 30?
Yeah, I guess around 30.
这两个
30 unique.
今天打到几点？
Blinds are 8,000, 16,000. The 2,000 ante. Ivan's going to open the button. Ace-7 offsuit. Over to Steve O'Dwyer. Pocket tens. I think Steve O'Dwyer usually re-raises this type of hand. Most certainly got the best hand from the small blind against a dealer's buttons range. He'd be willing to get it all in. And he is going to make the re-raise. I like this play a lot. Especially against a player like Ivan who's been raising very wide. 130,000. But Ivan here just has Ace-7 offsuit. Shouldn't be really looking to get involved, though he's going to get involved. Just has Ace-7 high, put 130K in there. Really thinks O'Dwyer is up to no good. Trying to outplay his opponent's post-flop with a marginal hand. Flop is Queen 4 Deuce Rainbow. Both players not improving on a flop, but O'Dwyer still has this pair of tens. He checks. He's going to play a bit of defense. Might get Ivan to stab at it. Checks it back. Turns to jack. 2 overs to O'Dwyer's pair. I think O'Dwyer needs to keep checking once he checks the flop. He does. Ivan checks it back quickly on the turn. River's a 9. O'Dwyer most likely just needs to keep checking here. Don't think he can go for too much thin value. Ivan can easily have a jack, like Jack King, Jack 10 that would just check, and Ivan gives up and loses to pocket tens. This is a 1 million Hong Kong dollar buy-in event. 127,000 USD. Wai Leong Chan opens up the Ace-4 offsuit to 35,000. Ivan folds Queen Jack. Rui Cal's going to fold. Dominic Nietzsche of 10-8 offsuit should be making a call.
River.
I jammed the river and folded.
Yeah, Nietzsche knows that Chan is on the tighter side, but 10-8 offsuit qualifies as a hand to defend here.
Seven.
Really close.
3, 5, 6, up and down for Chan.
75 of hearts.
7-5. Wow. Good light on the
Yeah.
Chan
He
should be betting this flop.
Yeah, but like
Going to take this pot down.
Ace-9. Yeah, but like, you know.
40,000.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he runs off the backdoor flush. Backdoor flush, Steve? No, I flopped 2 pair.
Makes sense. I think if he calls you then, maybe.
I mean, I don't know him, so some people might call me with ace high there, you know. Some people might call him set.
So Wai Leong Chan, after winning that pot, is up to 38 big blinds.
4 complete 6-8 too.
Fourth place in chips out of the 6 players at this table.
So I went all in.
Tried one of those, then the guy folded aces.
Every player in this event looking to be the 2018 Triton Poker Champion this year. There were 63 entries into this event. There are 18 players remaining. The buy-in was 1 million Hong Kong dollars.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
1 million Hong Kong dollars comes out to roughly 125,000 US
I had
dollars.
7-5 in there.
75，两队75。
Rui Cal 10-6 offsuit is going to open it up. It's a weak hand.
Yeah, that's what
I wonder if it gets Yashi's son to fold Jack-6 offsuit. Nope, he's going to see a flop.
Good
He is
fold.
playing against a dealer button, so no, he could actually be ahead, and he is ahead this time. Both players flopping nothing. It doesn't mean that Sun's going to lose this pot. We've seen him float out of position with 6-3 offsuit high on an unconnected board. I think he just check calls again. Jack-6 high.
Wow.
You cannot bluff Yashi's son off the flop. Turn is a 5. I like the way he plays. He just seems to know where he's at. River's an ace. He actually has the best hand. He doesn't know it, but he actually checks.
Wow, he checks.
He just knows.
Look
Show him
at
Jack-6
that.
high. Show him Jack-6 high. Rui Cal's like,
Rui pretty disappointed in that. Great hand by Sun there.
Everyone patting the table at the same time. Look, he actually wasn't even looking to bluff. He just thought he had the best hand because he clearly didn't even think he needed to bluff the river. Very well played. Like I say, if you're calling very weak out of the big blind, you got to look for ways to win the pot. Post flop, other than just hitting your cards, otherwise you're just kind of bleeding chips. So Yashi's son is able to find ways to win pots with weak hands. Ivan of ace-deuce offsuit under the gun. He lets it go.
Sun coming along in the small blind. Chan just checking the Jack-6. That's a pretty good flop when you limp the small blind with Jack-4 of clubs.
He's going to bet and take this one down pretty much instantly. $609,000 chips. He came to this feature table with at least 1 million chips, so lost a bit of pots, but still playing some aggressive poker.
Base 34
O'Dwyer raising up under the gun with ace-7 off. Pretty loose raise here, but O'Dwyer does have a commanding chip lead on this table, so he could be trying to leverage his big stack here. Over to Sun on the button, who 3-bets ace-jack, correctly identifying that he's ahead of Steve O'Dwyer here. Dwyer quickly lets it go. Sun takes it down. Aggression paying off for Sun. If you are just tuning into the broadcast, you are watching the Triton Super High Roller Poker Series. This is the main event of the series. It's event number 3 of 4, and it's a 1 million Hong Kong dollar buy-in event. This is day 2. Registration is closed. We're down to 18 players of 63 entrants. We're coming to you from the Maestro Resort and Casino in Montenegro. Beautiful place. My first time here. Really enjoying it.
Yeah, Sun, 7-8 of diamonds. It's going to make a re-raise against Rui Cal right now, putting the pressure. If Rui Cal is opening king 4 diamonds under gun, then you can profitably 3-bet 8-7 diamonds right now. That's what Sun is doing. Rui Cal's got to be getting a bit annoyed, but it's going to let it go again. So Yashi Sun taking down another pot, playing well. Very aggressive. Over to Dominic Nietzsche. He's going to fold this hand. Steve O'Dwyer in the small blind. Most likely going to limp into such a big stack.
Yeah, he's also probably more likely to limp because his opponent, his Rui Cal, is very aggressive.
No, he's going to raise, actually. 52,000. He does have the best hand. I do think I kind of like limping against Rui Cal because Rui Cal actually defends his big blind very wide, so you got to play out of position. So when you don't flop, it's quite tough. But it worked out this time.
Yeah, I mean, the upside to raising then is, of course, that you're getting value from a lot of hands. But the reason I like limping is because I think Rui might raise up a lot of hands that other players would check. You can kind of trap. Rui, one of the more aggressive players in the game. But at this table, he's just has a normal level of aggression. And a very aggressive feature table here between Sung, Ivan Leo, Rui Cal.
So just a reminder, the red chips are 1,000, yellow chips are 5,000, and blue chips are 25,000. There are these larger orange little circles you can see right there. Those are time bank chips worth 1 minute each. Everyone has a 30-second shot clock. Dominic Nietzsche with about 22 big blinds. Easy all-in of ace-king. I don't think he can do anything else but shove. We'll just take it down.
All in.
He does shove.
Count. Should be 381.
Less.
I think O'Dwyer's just posturing here. I can't imagine he's considering a call with ace-4.
I normally would not consider this, but very suspicious. Fucking time now.
O'Dwyer's picked up on some sort of live tell or something. He said he normally would just fold the hand, but and now he's feeling suspicious. He would be incorrect.
Yes.
But you play with pressure?
Nietzsche was
Oh,
hoping he was going to call, but he didn't. And the 20 to 25 big blind poker gods have been nice to Nietzsche. It seems like whenever he gets down below 25 bigs, he ends up picking up a pretty decent hand to reshove, gets it through.
He's trying the reverse bully. Bully, bully.
How many bullets?
I think if it was like 355, I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson.
Go on then, tell me what it was.
Wait.
You have to wait. That's something you were supposed to go all in with. Oh, so that's good.
Yeah, but that something could be something I'm beating. Yeah, that's certainly possible. And you looked like the kind of guy I was beating.
Don't worry about the audio glitching. It'll fix shortly.
Rui and Sun taking another pot together. So far, Sun has been getting the best of Rui Cal. Checks over to Rui, and Sun correctly gets away from 9-10, not floating this time.
No.
We got one more? We have one more. No. Yep.
Alright, beginners, finish line out, you'll have 15 minute break.
So there's going to be a dinner break. I think it's been extended to 30 minutes instead of 15, just to let you guys know. But just keep the stream on. Don't forget to... Was the dinner break happening? Oh, later. There will be a dinner break coming soon. But don't forget to follow...
30 minutes sounds a little more reasonable for dinner than 15.
Yeah, they did extend it a little bit, just to let you guys know.
35.
Rui Cal, 7-10 offsuit. He's saying, I don't care. I'm in the cutoff. Gonna raise it up here. He effectively steals the pot, and now it is actually time for dinner break. Players going on break here. It is a 30-minute dinner break, but guys, stay tuned. A lot of action coming back here from the Maestral Resort and Casino. See you guys back in